You're watching Pittsburgh Steelers Talk. I am Tom Downey, and today's show is made possible by ButcherBox. They offer high-quality meats shipped right to your door, all for free. And stay tuned for later on in today's video for how you can get free chicken for a year when you use promo code NFL Daily at butcherbox.com/NFL Daily. Today's show is a preview of the Week 1 matchup, the Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals, as at long last, football has returned to our lives, especially for the NFL. The Bengals, of course, had that remarkable run in the playoffs, although we do know that there is a bit of a trend of the Super Bowl loser regressing the following year. Can't rule that out as an option. The Bengals, by the way, are a 6.5-point favorite this week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're projecting a bit of a lower scoring affair, a 44.5 over-under set in that particular game. I am curious to see how things fare for a rather new-look Steelers team, from quarterback, some offensive changes as well. One thing I do know for certain, we own the actual Bengals YouTube channel. The last 5 videos posted here on Pittsburgh Steelers Talk, nearly 3,000 likes. The actual official Bengals YouTube channel has 556. That's poverty shit. Let's keep it going. Like the video right now so we can continue to own the actual Bengals YouTube channel. And it is backed by science. I confirmed it with some top scientists from the government. This is true. The more you like the video, the more likely the Bengals are to lose and the Steelers are to win. Like today's vid right now. The last time these two teams played, not great in both affairs last year. Bengals and the Steelers, there was the 41-10, I'll call it embarrassment. The Bengals blew out Pittsburgh in that game. Then the 24-10 matchup in which, again, common theme, the Bengals ran the ball very well against Pittsburgh, and the Steelers did not run the ball very well against the Bengals. Joe Burrow was efficient in a not high-volume type of game. Big Ben threw it a lot. You didn't want him throwing the ball 50-plus times. Bad things tended to happen in that matchup. But that was last year. This is this year. Who do you have in this matchup? B for the Bengals, S for the Steelers. This is the pinned comment on today's video. So if an ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down to that pinned comment, type in B for the Bengals, or type in S for the Steelers. Let's talk 5 things to watch for in this game. And we're going to begin with the quarterbacks, and in particular, probably just Mitchell Trubisky. He is going to be your starter in Week 1, like we've been saying for weeks, despite what Mike Tomlin might have been trying to, play coy, confuse the Bengals. He has officially been named the starter. Duh. We all knew that was going to be the case for Mitchell Trubisky. He was going to be out there Week 1. Now, there was a change on the, I'll emphasize, unofficial depth chart. Kenny Pickett is now number 2. I remember the meltdown of Mason Rudolph's the 2, Pickett's the 3. First off, the coaches don't do those depth charts, so they are oftentimes just wrong. But then Mike Tomlin said, well, it was a copy-paste mistake, which is kind of funny because that's a normal person problem, not a football person problem. That led to Pickett being quarterback 2, not number 3. If you've been subscribed, if you've been paying attention to any video we've done, we've told you the pecking order has been, as of late, Trubisky, Pickett, and Rudolph. Now the unofficial depth chart does finally reflect that as well. Mostly good injury news for the Steelers here. One note, keep an eye on Diontae Johnson this week. Early official, unofficial label is questionable with a shoulder injury. Now, originally, Mike Tomlin said he was going to play. Sounds like TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith will be out there this week. Let's keep an eye on Diontae Johnson, though. It's Week 1. They will be cautious and not rush him back if he's not close to 100%. I'll bet he plays, but there are still some practice to get to before that becomes official from that standpoint. Now, today's show is made possible by ButcherBox. They take the guesswork out of finding high-quality meat and seafood you can trust. There's no antibiotics or added hormones. They have high-quality cuts that are hard to come by at the grocery store at an amazing value. Get what you delivered or what you want delivered right to your doorstep. Free shipping for the continental U.S. and no surprise fees. Choose from a variety of box plan options from curated to customized, and change your plan whenever you want. Take chicken breasts off your grocery list. ButcherBox is offering you, the watchers of Steelers Talk, an incredible deal that they've never offered before. free chicken for a year. Get 2 pounds of free-range organic chicken breasts for free in every order when you sign up at butcherbox.com/NFL Daily and use code NFL Daily. Claim this deal at butcherbox.com/NFL Daily and use code NFL Daily. I'll put in the comments section and the description. Had some fire burgers from ButcherBox the other night. Trust me, it's worth every penny. All right, back to what to watch for. How about the secondary? You're playing a Bengals team that is going to throw the football a ton, as they should when you have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and more in what should be a better upgraded offensive line. And the one concern I have about this Steelers defense is in the secondary. I'm very curious to see how things end up faring with what they will choose to do. Levi Wallace is now outside of the starting depth chart. Cam Sutton is back at quarterback 2. Arthur Mallett is the nickel on that unofficial depth chart. I think you'll see Wallace still play plenty this week. The safeties, though, are much better. Minkah Fitzpatrick, Terrell Edmonds, free safety, strong safety. No Damontae Kazee. Trey Norwood can do some fun things for you. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about how you cover Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd on a very potent Bengals passing attack. Hopefully, as we'll get into here in a little bit, it is the pass rush that steps up from that perspective. But will the Steelers secondary get an INT on Sunday? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know in the comments section. Let's move to the offensive line. Back to offense here, right? I mentioned secondary to be my concern for the Steelers defense. This is my concern for the Steelers offense, knowing what we know about Trubisky, right? I don't love it. You're banking on Dan Moore being a lot better. Good first test against Trey Hendrickson. I think Chuck Okorafor is fine. If healthy, I like Kevin Dotson. James Daniels, Mason Cole have not been nearly as good, especially Daniels, as I thought they were going to be. I think this team wants to run the football. When you spend a first-round pick on a back in Najee Harris, you're going to commit to running that football, especially when your quarterback is more of a game manager style. But the running game will only go as far as the offensive line will take them. I do think it is better this year, but I am worried if it is better enough. We'll get a good feel early on in week 1. The Bengals front is pretty solid. Not the best they'll face this year, not the worst either. Hopefully, some better success on the ground and pass protection coming, knowing Trubisky can move a lot better than Big Ben ever did. Our next question, and stay tuned to the end because I'll make my own prediction, but I want you to predict the score for me of Steelers against the Bengals. Let me know who you got winning too right now in the comment section. Fourth, but not last, is the Steelers' pass rush, and that's led by T.J. Watt, right? The Bengals have begun to overhaul their offensive line, but there are really no offensive tackles out there who I would take one-on-one over T.J. Watt, or even over Cameron Hayward. The interior pass rusher is fantastic. You add former Bengal, Larry Ogunjobi, Alex Highsmith is on this team as well. All 3 guys can generate pressure at a very good rate. I know the Bengals have upgraded that O-line. They're starting I believe it's a 5th-round pick, Cordero Volson at left guard. Pick on him. Attack the right tackle spot as well, because I think Jonah Williams is still pretty good. I think the Steelers can get after Joe Burrow, and that is how you beat that Bengals offense. Get pressure, good things almost always happen, even as good against pressure as Joe Burrow is. So when it comes to T.J. Watt, will he get a sack on Sunday? Type in S for sack, or type in 0 for no sacks in week 1. My last note is the Steelers' offensive weapons. Nice little offense-defense back and forth there. I think it's an upgrade over what it was last year. I think the quarterback play, if it's just able to push the ball downfield a little bit, will result in better things. I am hyped to see George Pickens this week. Even with or without Diontae Johnson, I think he's going to get a lot of key targets in terms of high-end explosive plays given the roles for Johnson and Claypool. Pat Fryermuth's a damn good young tight end. You got Najee Harris as well. I do not need Mitchell Trubisky to be a gunslinger. What I need him to be is a ball distributor, a point guard, if you will. Not the shoot-first point guard, the pass-first point guard. He doesn't need to be throwing the ball downfield 50 times a game. He doesn't need to be a massive gunslinger. He needs to find ways, and so does the coaching staff, to get the ball in their playmakers' hands. I think Trubisky can do that, even though he is still limited relative to, for example, prime Big Ben or other clear-cut franchise QBs. All right, earlier I asked you, predict the score of this game. And I would be wrong of me to not give my own score prediction. although I don't think you're going to like it that much. I've got the Bengals winning 24-20. That is a cover for the new-look Pittsburgh Steelers. I'd feel different if it was a home game for Pittsburgh, but on the road against Joe Burrow and an improved offensive line, I do think the Bengals get a win in Week 1. That is the end of today's video. If you made it all the way to the end, you're a real one. We'll show you some love in the comments section if you head down there and type in "Here we go."